Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hit the like button, share your thoughts, subscribe and tap the bell icon. Salt water slapped his face. The wind didn't whisper. It screamed. Cole Hartman gripped the rail, but his fingers slipped. His knuckles turned red. One boot slid forward. His heel scraped metal. His balance vanished. Then came the fall. His body slammed the ocean like concrete. Cold water swallowed him. His lungs burned. The waves dragged him under. Above, no one noticed. The yacht didn't stop. It glided forward, music still pounding through the speakers. Laughter echoed from the upper deck. Champagne poured. No one looked back. Cole kicked hard. He rose above the surface. He gasped. His throat tightened. Sea spray hit his eyes. He twisted in the water. The yacht looked small now. Just a glowing party in the distance. He shouted. "Hey!" No one heard. He waved one arm. His other arm cramped. His suit weighed him down. His watch slipped off. He felt it sink. His eyes stung. His mind raced. He turned in every direction. Only water. Deep, endless water. His voice cracked. "Someone. Turn around." But the party kept going. They didn't care. Or maybe, they didn't know. Minutes passed. The yacht became a white speck. Then it disappeared. Cole was alone. In the ocean. With nothing. He treaded water, chest heaving. Waves tossed him side to side. He had no life jacket. No light. No phone. Just a soaked designer shirt and a heart pounding out of control. He cursed. Then he laughed. A short, bitter laugh. It didn't make sense. He was the CEO. The boss. The one who paid for the yacht. The one everyone answered to. Now he was just a man floating in the dark. And the ocean didn't care who he was. Hours earlier, Cole had stood tall on the upper deck, glass in hand, surrounded by luxury. Everything sparkled. The sunset, the polished railings, even the ice cubes. His staff circled him like planets around the sun. They smiled when he spoke. They nodded at every word. No one disagreed. Not tonight. Tonight was supposed to be his celebration. He had sold his company for $600 million. He thought they respected him. But someone didn't. Someone pushed him. Or maybe, someone watched him fall and said nothing. He kept thinking about it. Replay. Rewind. Repeat. The angle. The stumble. The pressure on his back. That strange look from Marcus, his CFO. That quiet laugh from his assistant Lexi. He remembered Lexi whispering something to someone. Then the music changed. Now he was here. Drenched. Cold. Drifting. And he knew something else. This was no accident. The sky turned black. Stars blinked above him. The moon stayed hidden. The waves grew sharper. Cole shivered. His teeth clicked together. His arms ached. Every muscle pulled tight. He whispered to himself. "Don't panic. Don't stop. You're still alive." But fear crawled inside him. He thought about sharks. He thought about drowning. He tried to float, but his clothes dragged him down. He kicked harder. His legs cramped. He didn't stop. Then, he saw something. A light. Far ahead. A flicker. Then gone. Then back again. He squinted. A boat? He screamed. "Hey, Over here. His voice broke. He raised both arms. He waved. The light flickered again. Then, it disappeared. He cursed again. His voice cracked. His throat burned. No one came. Minutes passed. Then something touched his leg. He froze. It felt like rubber. He thrashed. His heart slammed. He kicked hard. Nothing happened. He looked down. He couldn't see anything. Just black water. Then he saw a shape. A log? No. It moved. A dark shadow passed under him. He stopped moving. His heart pounded in his ears. His fingers trembled. The waves slapped his chest. Suddenly, it was quiet. Too quiet. He whispered, "What the hell was that?" He didn't want the answer. Another hour passed. He was no longer shivering. That scared him more. He knew the signs. Hypothermia. The cold crept deeper. His fingers felt stiff. His arms floated instead of moving. His legs didn't kick as fast. He told himself, "Keep going." But his body didn't listen. He stopped yelling. He saved breath. He floated on his back. He stared at the sky. Stars danced above. Then he heard a splash. He turned his head. A soft engine hum followed. He blinked. A small boat approached. A spotlight cut across the water. He wanted to cry. He lifted one arm. "Here. Please. I'm here." The light moved. Then it locked onto him. A horn blew. Relief washed over him. They saw him. The boat slowed. A voice shouted, "Don't move. We got you." Two figures leaned over the edge. One threw a rope. The other held a pole. Cole reached up. His hand missed. He tried again. His fingers gripped the rope. It slipped. Then a hand grabbed his arm. Strong fingers. A firm pull. "Hold on." They dragged him in. He collapsed on the floor. Salt water poured from his clothes. He coughed hard. His chest heaved. The man knelt beside him. "You alone?" Cole nodded. "What happened?" Cole gasped, "I fell off a yacht." The man looked at the other guy. "You hear about a missing yacht passenger tonight?" The other man shook his head. "No distress calls." The first man turned back. "You sure someone pushed you?" Cole stared up. "Yes." His voice didn't shake. They gave him a blanket. They wrapped him in dry towels. He sipped water. His lips stung. The boat turned toward shore. Cole sat up slowly. The man beside him said, "You were lucky. Another hour, and your body would have given up." Cole looked down at his bruised hands. "I don't think it was luck." "Why not?" "Because someone didn't want me alive." As the rescue boat reached the harbor, Cole's eyes scanned the marina. His mind raced. He knew the yacht's name, the Golden Mark. He knew the guest list, 24 names. All handpicked. But only one had access to the security cameras. And only one person had a reason to want him gone. Cole spoke quietly. "I need to see the footage." The man beside him asked, "Footage from where?" "From the yacht." "Who owns it?" "I do." Lights glowed from the dock. A few reporters stood nearby. They weren't there for him. Not yet. But they would be. Cole stepped off the boat, wet socks squishing inside his designer shoes. His legs wobbled. Then a car pulled up. A black SUV. Tinted windows. The window rolled down. Lexi stared at him. Dry. Calm. Smiling. She said, "You're late." Cole didn't answer. She stepped out. She handed him a towel. "You should be dead," she said in a soft voice. Cole froze. Then she added, "But you're not." He backed up. Her smile faded. "We need to talk." The dock lights flickered behind her. Cole took a step back. Suddenly, someone grabbed his arm. Not Lexi. A man in a navy suit. Security badge on his chest. "We need to ask you a few questions, Mr. Hartman." Cole looked from Lexi to the guard. Then he looked at the boat he came from. He didn't feel safe. Not on the dock. Not near Lexi. Not with the man gripping his arm. Something was wrong. Again. And deep inside, Cole knew. The real danger hadn't even started yet. Cole didn't speak. He stood between two men in security uniforms. Lexi stayed close behind him. Her steps matched his. Calm. Quiet. Her heels tapped the dock like a slow countdown. Each step echoed inside his chest. The taller guard led him down a private path. The other stayed close to Cole's side. Too close. Cole scanned everything. The harbor lights glowed yellow. A fishing boat floated in the distance. A man slept inside it, mouth open, one leg hanging over the edge. A cat meowed near a dumpster. Something dripped behind a gate. Cole noticed all of it. He had to. He couldn't trust anyone. Lexi had just said something he couldn't ignore. "You should be dead." She didn't laugh when she said it. She didn't panic. She said it like a fact. Like she had read the weather. Cole breathed through his nose. He didn't ask anything. He didn't want to show weakness. He stayed alert. The guard stopped near a building with a metal door. The taller one knocked twice. The door opened. A man in plain clothes stepped out. He had a badge around his neck. "Mr. Hartman?" he asked. Cole nodded. The man waved them in. "Let's talk." The room smelled like old coffee and wet carpet. A fan buzzed in the corner. The walls were gray. The clock didn't tick. Cole sat across from the man with the badge. Lexi stood behind them, arms crossed. The badge guy leaned in. "We found your name on the yacht's rental record. You booked it for 3 days." "Yes," Cole said. "Crew says you were on board until sunset. Then you disappeared." Cole nodded. The man asked, "Did someone push you?" Cole paused. "I'm not sure." "Were you drinking?" "Yes." "Were you alone?" "No." "Do you remember falling?" "No. But I didn't just trip. Something felt off." The man looked up. "Off how?" Cole spoke slow. "Someone wanted me off that boat." The man raised one eyebrow. "You think it was planned?" Cole stared at the table. "Yes." The man folded his hands. "Why would someone do that?" Cole answered without blinking. "Money." The room went still. The badge guy leaned back. "You think someone tried to kill you over money?" "Yes." "Did you tell anyone about the company sale before the party?" "I told everyone. That was the point of the party." "So everyone knew you just made $600 million?" "Yes." The man nodded. He didn't write anything down. Cole asked, "Where's Marcus?" The man replied, "He left the yacht after midnight. Said he was tired." Cole tilted his head. "Did he say anything about me?" "He said you were drunk." Said you might have fallen in by accident. Cole clenched his fists. The man asked, "Do you think Marcus had a reason to harm you?" "Yes." The silence thickened. Cole sat straight. His clothes had dried but they felt like paper. Lexi finally spoke. Her voice was soft. "He's not the only one with a reason." The badge guy looked at her. "Meaning?" Lexi took a slow breath. Cole had enemies. Cole turned. "What are you doing?" She kept her eyes on the man with the badge. "He fired 12 people last year without warning. One of them was Marcus's sister." Cole leaned forward. "And Marcus didn't mention that?" "No," she said. "But I thought you should." The badge guy looked back and forth between them. Then he stood. "We'll check security footage." "But there's a gap." Cole's head snapped up. "What kind of gap?" "Cameras lost power for 12 minutes. Cole asked, "When?" "Between 8:07 and 8:19. Cole's heart sank. That was when he fell. The man continued, "We're still checking the crew's phones and backup drives." Cole whispered, "Someone wiped it." The man paused. "You think someone planned that?" "Yes." The man nodded slowly. "Okay. We'll keep digging. You should go home. We'll call you." Cole stood. "I'm not going anywhere." The man looked him in the eye. "You're not in danger anymore." Cole whispered, "You don't know that." They left the room. Cole stepped outside into the salt air. The sky had started to lighten. Faint gray clouds hung over the ocean. Lexi walked beside him. "You didn't ask how I found you." Cole didn't look at her. "I didn't need to." Lexi stopped. "I tracked your watch. You dropped it. But the GPS was still on." Cole turned to face her. "Why track it?" Lexi didn't blink. "I got a message." "From who?" She paused. "It said, 'Watch the water.'" Cole froze. "Who sent it?" She opened her phone. She held it up. The screen showed an anonymous message. No number. No name. Cole asked, "When did it arrive?" 10 minutes before you fell." They walked to the parking lot. His SUV was still there. No tickets. No scratches. Cole got in the front seat. Lexi sat beside him. He gripped the wheel. "What else do you know?" Lexi stared ahead. "I know Marcus sent a file to your board 2 hours after you fell." Cole's head snapped toward her. "What file?" She looked at him. "A recording." "Of what?" "I don't know. But it had your name on it." Cole's heart beat faster. Lexi continued, "He labeled it, 'Emergency Statement.'" Cole didn't speak. Lexi added, "You weren't supposed to survive." Cole drove toward the city. His fingers gripped the wheel tight. He passed silent streets and blinking yellow lights. He thought about the board members. He thought about the contract he signed just before the party. The sale wasn't final until Monday. If something happened to him before then, control passed to Marcus. It all made sense. They stopped at Cole's penthouse. He stepped inside. The lights blinked on. Lexi closed the door behind them. He didn't offer her coffee. She walked to the window. "Do you remember anything now?" He rubbed his temples. "I remember a shove. But it didn't feel like Marcus." Lexi turned. "What do you mean?" "He's heavier." This felt fast. Sharp. Like someone smaller. Lexi narrowed her eyes. "A woman?" Cole hesitated. Lexi stared at him. "You think I pushed you?" Cole didn't answer. Lexi smiled. You're wrong. Cole walked to the table. He opened his laptop. He typed fast. He searched the yacht's backup drive. Password, failed. He tried another. Access granted. The screen showed logs. Security entries. Files. He opened a folder marked, deck_cam_8. The screen blinked. The video loaded. He skipped forward. 7:58 p.m. He watched the guests laughing. He saw himself drinking. 8:03 p.m. Lexi leaned on the rail. She looked straight at the camera. Then the feed cut. Cole slammed his fist on the table. Lexi said nothing. He clicked another file. Engine room _3. It showed Marcus speaking to a man in a hat. They shook hands. The man handed Marcus a phone. Cole paused the frame. He zoomed in. The man's hand had a tattoo. A snake wrapped around a number. Cole whispered, I know that tattoo. Lexi asked, who is it? Cole stood up. He walked to the window. His name is Owen Vale. Lexi's face tightened. The man you sent to prison? Yes. Lexi took a breath. He got out 6 months ago. Cole nodded. And now he's back. Suddenly, Cole's phone buzzed. Unknown number. He answered. A low voice said, nice swim, Hartman. Cole's throat tightened. The voice continued, next time, stay under. The call ended. Lexi walked over. What now? Cole stared at the dark screen. His voice was calm. We fight back. Cole didn't sleep. He sat in front of the large window that looked over the city skyline. Cars moved like ants below him. Streetlights blinked. Somewhere a siren cried. But nothing touched him. The voice on the phone kept echoing in his mind. Next time, stay under. That voice wasn't a threat. It was a promise. Lexi came out of the guest room. She had changed into one of his old t-shirts. She didn't ask for permission. She walked barefoot and held a coffee mug in both hands. You look like you saw a ghost, she said. Cole didn't answer. She sat across from him. You've been staring at the same spot for 2 hours. Cole looked at her. Owen Vale. Lexi nodded. Cole leaned forward. He used to run numbers for our company. I remember, she said. You found out he stole money. Cole nodded. I exposed him. Pressed charges. He got 10 years. But he didn't serve the full time. He got out early, Cole said. Someone helped him. Lexi sipped her coffee. Now he's helping someone else. Cole stared out the window. Marcus. The sun peeked over the city. Cole stood up and stretched. His back cracked. His hands still shook slightly. He walked over to the table. He opened his laptop again. The yacht security feed had more files. He clicked a new one. A dark hallway. Time-stamped 8:05 p.m. He saw Lexi walking with someone. A woman. Cole paused. Zoomed in. The woman's face was blurry. She had dark red hair and wore black heels. Lexi leaned close to her. She whispered something. The woman nodded and walked away. Cole looked up at Lexi. Who was that? Lexi squinted. That's, she paused. Erin. She used to work in marketing. Cole frowned. Used to? She quit after you fired her fiancé. Cole rubbed his temples. I didn't even know she was on the yacht. Lexi looked away. She came with Marcus. Cole called his assistant. She didn't pick up. He called again. Still no answer. Lexi walked over. She's not going to answer. Cole narrowed his eyes. Why not? She's loyal. But she's scared of Marcus. Cole grabbed his keys. We need to talk to her. Lexi crossed her arms. What are you going to say? I'm going to ask what she knows. Cole walked out the door. They drove to a quiet part of the city. Cole's assistant, Hannah, lived in a gated apartment complex. Lexi stayed in the car while Cole walked up the steps. He knocked. No answer. He knocked again. Louder. A voice called from inside. Go away. Hannah, it's Cole. Silence. Then a soft reply. I can't help you. Cole spoke through the door. I didn't fall off that boat. Someone tried to kill me. The door creaked open. Hannah peeked out. Her eyes were red. She wore a sweater 2 sizes too big. She whispered, You need to leave. Why? Because they're watching me. Cole stepped closer. Who? Hannah looked around. Marcus. Owen. They hacked my email. Cole's jaw tightened. What do they want? She opened the door fully. They want control. Cole stepped inside. Hannah walked to the kitchen and poured water into a glass. She didn't offer him one. She spoke quietly. After you signed the sale agreement, Marcus told me to print another copy. But this one had changes. Cole frowned. What changes? It gave him emergency access if anything happened to you before Monday. Cole froze. You're saying Marcus rewrote the contract? Yes, she said. He used legal-sounding words. Clauses. Triggers. I didn't catch it at first. Cole's stomach turned. Hannah continued. He planned everything. The party. The security glitch. Even the media leaks. Cole raised his head. What media leaks? Hannah opened her phone. She pulled up a blog article. Cole read the headline aloud. CEO vanishes after party scandal. Drugs, lies, and a secret witness. His blood went cold. Lexi read over his shoulder. They're trying to destroy your name. Hannah whispered, They already have. Cole stepped back. Who wrote this? Anonymous source, she said. But I know who sent it. Cole waited. Hannah took a breath. Marcus used Aaron. She gave a fake statement. Cole's voice shook. What kind of statement? She claimed you used company money to buy the yacht. Cole's hand hit the table. That's a lie. Hannah nodded. But it's believable. Lexi leaned on the counter. What else did they say? That you assaulted a crew member. Cole's face twisted. They're making everything up. Yes, Hannah said. And now Marcus is showing the board that you're unstable. Cole stepped outside. He stared at the city again. But now it felt like a trap. Lexi joined him. You okay? No, he said. But I know what to do. She raised one eyebrow. What's that? I need to talk to the only person Owen still listens to. Lexi looked confused. Who? Cole answered, his mother. They drove to the edge of the city. An old yellow house stood between empty lots. A wind chime clinked near the porch. An old woman sat in a rocking chair. Her eyes were sharp. Her hands rested in her lap. She looked at Cole. You have nerve showing up here. Cole walked to the steps. I need your help. She rocked slowly. My son went to jail because of you. I know. He almost died in there. I know that too. She stared at him. Why should I help you? Cole took a slow breath. Because your son will die if he keeps working with Marcus. She didn't answer. Cole stepped closer. Marcus is setting him up. The same way he tried to set me up. The rocking stopped. She stared at him for a long time. Then she stood up. Come inside. The house smelled like lavender and dust. She poured tea. Cole didn't touch it. She sat across from him. Owen never stopped talking about you. Even in prison. He hated you. But he respected you. Cole stayed quiet. She continued, then one day, the letters stopped. He found a new friend. Marcus. She nodded. He visited once. Brought a gift. Told me he was giving Owen a second chance. Cole leaned forward. Where is Owen now? She hesitated. He has a place by the water. East End. Looks abandoned. Cole stood up. Thank you. She looked him in the eye. Don't make me regret this. The warehouse sat alone by the waterline. Cole parked 2 streets away. Lexi stayed behind him. They walked slowly. The door was chained but loose. Cole slipped inside. The floor creaked. Light filtered through broken windows. Then he heard a sound. Breathing. He turned a corner. Owen sat at a table. A laptop glowed in front of him. He didn't look surprised. Hello, Cole. Cole didn't speak. Owen leaned back. Still alive, huh? Cole stepped closer. You tried to kill me. Owen smiled. No. I gave you a lesson. Cole's fists clenched. What lesson? You made me disappear once. I returned the favor. Cole's voice dropped. You're being used. Owen chuckled. Aren't we all? Lexi stepped into view. Owen narrowed his eyes. She's still with you? Cole said, you worked for everything. And now Marcus will take all the credit. Owen shrugged. I don't care about credit. Then what do you want? Owen leaned forward. I want to watch you burn. Cole whispered, he'll burn you too. Owen smiled. Not before I cash the check. Cole's voice grew hard. He sent you to erase me. Owen nodded. You were a problem. And now? You're a ghost, Owen said. No one will believe you. Cole took one step closer. Then tell the truth. Owen tilted his head. What's in it for me? Cole spoke slow. I'll drop the case. I'll clear your name. Owen paused. Then he laughed. Cole waited. Owen stared at the wall. Then he opened his laptop. He clicked a folder. There's a backup. Marcus doesn't know I kept it. Cole leaned in. The screen showed a video. Marcus. Speaking into a camera. He looked drunk. He said, if anything happens to Cole, I take over. That's the plan. Owen turned to him. Still think I'm the enemy? Cole stared at the screen. Owen whispered, now go finish it. Cole walked out of the warehouse. Lexi followed. He stopped on the steps. The wind slapped his face. Lexi touched his arm. You have proof now. Yes. So what next? Cole looked up. He spoke with steel in his voice. Now I take back my name. The room was cold. Cole sat behind his desk, staring at the contract spread across it. The pieces of the puzzle were finally falling into place, but the clock was ticking. The meeting was in 2 hours, and if he didn't act now, Marcus would win. He closed his eyes and took a slow breath. Lexi had made it clear, he couldn't do this alone. The evidence from Owen was the key, but it was just the beginning. Marcus had his claws in everything now. If Cole wanted to take back control of his company and his reputation, he had to play this game smarter than ever before. But the question still nagged at him, was it enough? Lexi walked into the room, her footsteps slow, almost hesitant. She paused at the door, watching him for a moment. Cole, she trailed off, clearly unsure of what to say. Her eyes were tired, but there was a spark of something in them. Are you ready? He didn't look up. Instead, he ran his fingers along the edge of a pen, thinking. I don't know. I have the evidence. Marcus can't deny what he said on that video, but it's still not enough. Lexi stepped closer. What do you mean? He turned his chair to face her. Marcus has already planted seeds of doubt. The media's turning on me. If I just walk into that meeting with the evidence and accuse him, they'll turn it around. They'll call it a personal vendetta. Lexi frowned. So, what? You're just going to let him get away with it? No, Cole said, his voice quiet but steady. But I need more. I need them to believe me. I need to expose Marcus for what he really is. Not just some opportunistic shark. I need them to see him for the manipulative liar he's been all along. Lexi nodded, understanding what he meant. So you're going to make your play. But you're going to make it count. Cole stood up, his expression hardening. Exactly. I'm going to use the one thing Marcus never saw coming. The meeting was set at the company's headquarters. Cole had called in all the board members, as well as key investors. The room was designed for high-stakes deals, gleaming tables, chrome chairs, glass walls, and an air of power that made anyone who entered feel as if they were standing at the center of the business world. Cole walked in first. He was early, but he wanted to make sure every detail was perfect. His hand grazed the back of the chair as he walked past it. There was a chill in the air, but it wasn't enough to distract him. He was focused, his mind razor-sharp. Today was the day everything changed. As the clock ticked closer to the hour, the door opened, and one by one, the board members filed in. Cole noticed their faces, a mix of curiosity, suspicion, and some outright indifference. But he didn't let it bother him. He was here to show them what kind of man Marcus really was, and why he needed to be taken down. Then came Marcus. Cole didn't need to look at him to know. He could feel it. The man walked in with his usual air of arrogance, his expensive suit tailored to perfection. He had a smug smile on his face, as if everything was still under his control. He was a predator walking into a den of lions. He didn't even flinch when he noticed the tension in the room. He looked at Cole, his eyes cold. Well, if it isn't the prodigal CEO. He smirked, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. I was wondering how long it would take for you to crawl back into your office. Cole stood tall, every inch of his posture saying he wasn't going to back down. I'm here to fix what you've broken. Marcus chuckled. Oh, this should be good. What's your big play this time? Cole didn't answer right away. He wasn't about to make this easy for him. Instead, he waited. The last of the board members filed in, and then, finally, the doors were closed. It was time. The tension in the room was palpable. The board members shifted uncomfortably in their seats, glancing between Cole and Marcus. Lexi had positioned herself to the side, standing just behind Cole, ready to support him if anything went wrong. Cole cleared his throat. I'm sure you all know why we're here. There have been claims made about my behavior, my leadership, and even my integrity. He met Marcus's gaze, watching the man's expression shift slightly. But none of them are true. What's true is that I've been targeted. What's true is that I've been manipulated by the very people I trusted. He turned to the projector. The screen flickered to life. The image of Marcus appeared, drunk, disheveled, speaking into a camera with a clear, deliberate tone. "I've waited for this moment," Cole said softly. "This is Marcus Vale. Speaking to an unknown source. He's admitting to what he's done." The screen played the video. Marcus's face was on full display, his words harsh and unfiltered. "I don't care what happens to Cole. The company is mine. If anything happens to him, I take over. That's the plan. No one can stop me." The silence that followed was suffocating. The board members were stunned, some with their mouths hanging open, others with their eyes wide in disbelief. Cole glanced at Marcus, watching the color drain from his face. "What is this, Cole?" Marcus demanded, his voice sharp with panic. "You can't." "Sit down," Cole said, his voice commanding. "You don't get to speak right now. You've said enough." Marcus opened his mouth, but no words came out. He looked around the room, but the board members were staring at him, not at Cole. The tables had turned. "Marcus Vale," Cole continued, his voice calm and steady, "you used my company to fuel your own ambition. You manipulated everyone, including the people closest to me. But most importantly, you manipulated yourself into thinking you were untouchable." The video ended, but the room was still dead quiet. Cole turned off the projector and let the weight of his words sink in. "Marcus," he said, his voice low now. "You've lost. I'm taking back control of this company. The board will vote on it today, and your time here is over." Marcus stood up, his fists clenched, but there was fear in his eyes now. "You think this is over? You think this is your victory? You're wrong. I'm not going down without a fight." "I'm not asking you to go down easily," Cole said, his voice colder than the air in the room. "I'm asking you to leave. Now." The board members looked at each other, unsure of what to do. But Cole didn't look at them. His eyes were locked on Marcus. Marcus's face twisted with rage. He opened his mouth to speak, but the words never came. Instead, he turned and stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind him. The board members stared at Cole, some still in shock. Then, one by one, they stood up and walked toward him. "We're with you, Cole," one of them said. "We never wanted to believe it, but now, we see the truth." The others nodded, murmuring their agreement. Cole nodded back. "Thank you." But as the room began to settle, Lexi walked over to him. Her expression was serious, but her eyes were soft. "You did it," she said, a small smile tugging at her lips. Cole sighed. "It's not over yet. But we're one step closer." Lexi's smile faded, replaced with something more thoughtful. "You know, Marcus might have lost today. But he's not the only one who's dangerous." Cole frowned. "What do you mean?" "There are people who don't want you in control anymore," she said quietly. "There are people who would do anything to bring you down." Cole nodded, his face hardening. "Then I'll make sure they never get the chance." As the meeting wrapped up, Cole walked out of the room. He was no longer just a CEO. He was a man who had been brought to his knees, but who had risen up stronger than ever. And as he walked through the hallways of the building, a sense of relief washed over him. But the fight wasn't over. It had only just begun.